AI can turn invoices and expense receipts into structured data, but extraction is not approval. A model may propose a vendor name, invoice date, amount, tax treatment, purchase order, and expense category. That can save time when formats vary, but a blurry receipt, confusing subtotal, or wrong account can create errors. The accounting control is a workflow that makes uncertainty visible and keeps a person accountable. Start with intake. Preserve the original invoice or receipt, assign a unique document ID, and record when it entered the process. The approved extraction tool should return proposed fields plus confidence indicators or exception flags. Then run checks for required fields, duplicate document numbers, arithmetic agreement, vendor status, purchase order matching, approval limits, and policy rules. These checks narrow the review. They do not replace human validation. Consider a fictional invoice from Northstar Office Supply for 12 ergonomic keyboards at $48 each, plus $72 of shipping. The merchandise subtotal is 12 times $48, or $576. Adding shipping produces a pre-tax invoice total of $648. This example assumes no tax is included. The model also suggests office supplies expense. A control recalculates the amounts and compares the invoice with the purchase order, which lists only 10 keyboards. That mismatch is an exception requiring comparison with the receiving record and documented human disposition. It is an investigation lead, not proof of an error or wrongdoing. A strong process defines tolerances and routing. An invoice that passes approved, risk-tested rules may progress through a controlled workflow, but people must validate and approve the accounting treatment unless the organization has explicitly authorized monitored auto-clear rules with exception review. Missing fields, low confidence, unusual vendors, policy violations, or high amounts require human review or approved escalation. Reviewers record decisions, edits, evidence, and timestamps in an audit trail. Finally, protect confidentiality. Restrict source document access, use approved systems, and never send sensitive data to unapproved tools. Monitor error patterns and test the workflow periodically. The goal is faster preparation surrounded by human validation, confidentiality controls, documented review, and clear accountability, not unsupervised bookkeeping.
An AI-generated accounting answer can sound polished and still be wrong. The goal is not to reject every answer or accept one because it is fluent. The goal is to audit the answer using accounting evidence, logic, and documented review. Start by identifying the question and the expected answer type. Is the task asking for a definition, a calculation, a journal entry, or an interpretation? Then separate the AI's claims into checkable pieces. Look for the accounting framework, period, account names, amounts, and assumptions. A missing assumption can change an otherwise reasonable conclusion. For a worked example, imagine a company buys equipment for $12,000, pays $2,000 in cash, and finances the remaining $10,000 with a note payable. An AI answer says, debit equipment $12,000 and credit cash $12,000. Audit it in 3 moves. First, check the transaction. Cash paid is only $2,000, so the cash credit is overstated. Second, check the equation. The complete entry should debit equipment $12,000, credit cash $2,000, and credit notes payable $10,000. Third, check balance. Total debits equal $12,000 and total credits also equal $12,000. The corrected answer explains both the entry and why the financing creates a liability. Students should test calculations independently, recalculate totals, and trace figures back to the facts in the prompt. They should also challenge labels. Expense is not interchangeable with asset, and cash flow is not the same as net income. If the answer depends on a policy choice or missing information, the student should state the uncertainty rather than invent a fact. Human validation is essential. A reviewer needs enough accounting knowledge and authority to question the output. use a defined checklist, record corrections and overrides, and escalate material or unusual issues to an instructor, supervisor, or subject matter expert. Never paste confidential records into an unapproved tool. The practical habit is simple. Understand the question, verify the facts, recalculate the numbers, inspect the debits and credits, document the review, and escalate what cannot be resolved. AI can draft an answer, but accountable people must decide whether it is reliable.